Welcome, little babies. We're counting Monday through Friday here. Today is the 40th day of the counting of the Omer, the Sphira, the elementals, the energies that we express through our living. Today is Hod within the context of Yesod. It's called Yesod is foundation. It's also somatic wisdom. What we know as is located in our bodies. It's a synthesizing of what we know becomes what we do, as the psalmist puts it, when what we know moves into the works of our hands. Isn't that what we're looking for?
It is, and sometimes when a whole people have experienced trauma, the trauma also lives within our bodies, and we end up doing things that are not in sync with who we want to be. So we really have to pay attention to this notion of Yesod that pulls us back to the fundamentals of who we are and who we want to be, and also recognizes our limitations and keeps us humble. So this day, Hod, right, within Yesod, I think is a particularly important day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you think you know.
It's part of the tension of the two that resolves in the third. The third will be tonight and tomorrow.
And tonight is Shabbat.
It'll be good.
Tonight is Shabbat. And today also is the 40th day. And 40 is, you know, it's a meaningful number for us, as will be 49 and 50. But 40 is the generation. 40 is the years of struggle, of wandering. 40 is that crossing over point into adulthood, real adulthood, when there's no more excuse for youth, for the the kind of inexperience of youth.
To grow up, so to speak.
It is. And you know, when your kids become in their 40s, which many boomers have experienced, it's a different relationship. And you listen to them in different ways.
The Kabbalah of age, 40 is mem. Mem is folded over onto itself. It has a completeness that 30, Lamed, lacks. Lamed is the learning mode, the 30s. Once you've hit 40.
And 40, you know, after all that wandering, when we had the manna and we had the quail and we had the water, the well of Miriam, and our shoes didn't wear out and our clothes didn't wear out. You know, after 40 in the land, everything becomes work.
At 40, you can do better.
At 40, you have to remember that your work is also worship. And you can't let the trauma that you've experienced, whether slavery or, you know, oppression or whatever that trauma has been.
Whatever's unfinished.
You can't let it rule you as an adult.
Yeah.
You have to do your work. You have to heal. And sometimes you can and sometimes you can't. So
this week, I think it's appropriate. I have a prayer I wrote for Friday night.
Good. Tonight's Friday.
It's a grief prayer. Number 12, I'm sorry to say. The epigraph is, your greatest fear is a dragon guarding your deepest gift. Rilke. This is from the poet Rilke. Your greatest fear is a dragon guarding your deepest gift. A prayer, number 12, for Friday night. Blessed are you, descending on the holy Sabbath, joining upper root to the lower root. Pursuit of the singular, Ner Shel Shabbat. The candle of Shabbat between the singular Ner of Friday night, and the many wicks of Saturday night, all bound up together, our lives. Up, down, happy, sad, clear, confused, light, dark. What is most fearful lurking there, my greatest strength? What I thought was a defect may be a gift. Pause for a moment. Release an idea that obstructs what I think I know, that obscures. Grant me the serenity for a moment to accept the people I cannot change, the courage to change the persons I can, and the wisdom to know it's me. Release an old idea. Welcome a softness of mind. Release expectations. The great way is difficult. We all know that. The roadblocks, expectations. Working them. Doing the best I can all the way to Amen. Amen.
Amen. Day 40, counting of the Omer. We wish you a Shabbat Shalom. People are still showing up to help others who have been affected by the storm. And there are lots of ways to help around here. Or even if you're not around here, look up Action St. Louis. And I know it will be appreciated, whatever people can do.